everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In this video, we'll be checking out AP Kai'Sa with the new runes and also a bit of a change up with the builds that you can do if you want to be a little bit flexible and go for some different items. I think AP Kai'Sa, in my opinion, is stronger than AD Kai'Sa right now, just because her scaling is a lot better. The playstyle, though, is very, very different because you rely a lot more on landing your second ability. Whereas with AD Kai'Sa, that relies more on auto attacks and doing auto attack damage and upgrading your third ability second. But with AP Kai'Sa, it works a little bit different. You still upgrade your first ability first, then you upgrade your second ability and then your third ability, because your passive is actually going to do so much AP damage, and also you're going to get more marks with your second ability, and the cooldown is going to be reduced by quite a lot. So it's a very, very different play style, but it definitely is a fun way to play Kai'Sa. For the build, still Manamune is the first item, still really, really strong item. The great thing about Manamune is that it's super, super cheap, so you can actually go for this as the first item and get your first ability upgraded as soon as possible, which gives you a huge spike in the early game. And to be fair, farming the mana and getting Manamune stacked up is not that bad at all. It doesn't take too long. Then you have Boots of Mana. This item makes AP Kai'Sa even stronger. 60 ability power, the 200% mana regen is in there, movement speed, and giving you flat magic pen for the early game. Huge buff really for Boots of Mana and just for AP Kai'Sa in general. And the great thing now is that because you go for Boots of Mana, this actually gives you enough ability power for Nash's Tooth to give you ability power as the second item. Normally before, if you built like defensive boots, because defensive boots were not really a thing before, when you built Nash's Tooth, you would get the attack damage in the early game. That's because you have the attack damage from Manamune. But now you have Boots of Mana and just boots in general giving you stats. Boots of Mana gives you more ability power, which means Nash's Tooth will now give you ability power in the early game, giving you a huge spike of ability power, which will do so much, because our two items, you have your first ability and your second ability upgraded, which is absolutely huge for AP Kai'Sa. But yeah, Nash's Tooth overall very strong. You can, however, be a little bit flexible in Nash's Tooth. In the gameplay that you're going to see, I actually went Liandry's Torment as the second item. And the reason why I went Liandry's Torment as the second item is I was against like a bunch of tanks. And you obviously have the Torment passive, damaging abilities and powered attacks deal a percentage of the enemy's maximum health as bonus magic damage. So if you are against tanks, and if you feel like you don't really need the attack speed, you go for Liandry's Torment instead of Nash's Tooth. That is another good option if you want to go for that. But then we have Riftmaker for the sustain, for the true damage, for the insane amount of damage that Riftmaker can give you, and also a little bit of extra stats. And then obviously we have the two standard AP items being Deathcap and Void Staff, so both very strong. Now on to the runes. The runes is where things get very spicy and they get very interesting as well. Definitely a little bit of flexibility again. Conqueror being your main rune, this is still going to be your main rune that you're going to be running every single game as AP Kai'Sa. You don't need the lethal tempo. This build is not focused on auto attacks, it's more focused on getting as much ability power as possible and trying to stack your passive. So Conqueror will allow you to stack your passive, and also just give you more damage when you're stacking your passive, and also give your second ability more damage, which is great. Then for the first minor rune, we're going for the precision tree for the minor runes. For the first minor rune, you might be quite surprised that I still run Brutal. And the reason why I run Brutal instead of Gathering Storm, now Gathering Storm is probably better to run on AP Kai'Sa, probably for the mid lane or something like that, I would say. The thing is, everyone in duo lane right now is running Brutal. Every single AD carry is running Brutal in the duo lane. And if you don't run Brutal, then you're just going to lose every single trade in the early game, which could be a big hit. Obviously, if you want to play more passive, then you can go for Gathering Storm, which Gathering Storm will give you a bunch of AP as the game scales. But Brutal is just there for me to just trade a lot easier during the laning phase, because you get that little bit of a bonus adaptive damage, the bonus on hit damage with your auto attacks. Then you could go for a bit of a flexible rune as the next one. Giant Slayer or Coop, both of these, or Ku I should say, Giant Slayer or Coup de Grace. Both of these are completely fine. I prefer Giant Slayer. Again, the gameplay you're about to see, I played Giant Slayer because I was against a bunch of tanks, so that's why I went for that one. And then a Legend Bloodline to get Omnivamp. Remember that this is Omnivamp, not just physical vamp. So the Omnivamp from Bloodline will help us heal from true damage, magic damage, and also physical damage. So that's great. And then for the secondary rune, you could choose many things. Bone plating is still very, very good if you're against a lot of combo damage or champions that can jump on top of you. You can go for inspiration tree go for something like Nimbus Cloak. That can also be pretty good. Or you can stay in the inspiration tree, go for, you know, something like Sweet Tooth can also be very good. There's quite a few options you can go for the secondary room, but I think either Nimbus Cloak or bone plating is the best to go. And then we have Flash and Exhaust as our summoner spells. Exhaust or Ghost, both of them work great. But yeah, AP Kai'Sa still very, very strong in this patch, if not even stronger than AD Kai'Sa right now, especially because the Boots of Mana being added, loads of changes happening throughout this, you know, entire meta with Hox fixes happening, with a patch happening next week. There's still a lot of content to get through. So hopefully you stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the gameplay and enjoy it. And I'll see you all in the next WOD video. Peace. I'm in on my way.
Here is where we make our stand. Do as I say. It's the only way if we want to live. Found you. This place is beautiful. I'm going to save it. You're nothing.
I'm just gonna play passive because Ziggs is gonna try and poke.
Don't die. You're the prey. This world is changing. This suit hunts in the manner I choose.
Okay, so far so good.
Let's see what you're made of. I like it here.
Ziggs has not hit me a single time yet.
Fight or flight. Only now I do not run.
Nice, okay. A little bit risky, but
This skin lives on me and hunts with me. Come on, let's go. Monsters are everywhere. Oh, trees. Oh, I miss them.
oh, Volibear went mid. Okay. Not bad, pretty good start. Pretty good start, pretty good start.
Exploit.
That's what I mean. The little dino is just perfect. Perfectly in sync every time. Wonderful. I couldn't ulti. Why could I not ulti? I even pressed my ultimate and I dragged it and it didn't work. My bad, I guess. I don't know why my ulti didn't work though. So weird.
Skin taught me how to survive.
That's unfortunate. That's actually really unlucky.
suit hunger. I return stronger than I left. It's a good day for a hunt. You're the hunted. This place is beautiful. I'm going to save it. Kaiser, remember the name. I return stronger than I left. It's fight or flight. Only now I do not run. Come on, let's go.
Nice, pretty good. Garen went bot lane as well, really smart. Nice, okay. You see this Garen's rotations? Super, super smart, by the way. Like, if this was just a normal mid lane Garen, he would walk to mid lane. But he realized that we were all mid lane, taking mid lane tower, so he went bot lane to defend it. Really, really smart. Really smart from this Garen. Really, really smart. I should have gone Liandry's here. I actually think Liandry's second is probably better than Nash's Tooth, but that's okay. Yeah, this Garen's really smart. That's something that everyone should understand. Understand where your team is and where you need to be on the map. Just understanding the game and understanding where you need to be on the map is such a fundamental to this game.
Void rule number 1. Don't die.
Maybe I need you till the morning.
This suit hunts in the manner I choose.
Nice. This guy is so tanky. Nice, mid lane died though. That's okay. This Volibear is so tanky. Honestly, do I just go Liandry's here?
Exploit their weakness.
I think I'm just going to go Liandry's.
It's a good day for a fight.
I exhaust him. Nice. Well played. Nice, nice, nice. Well played. Actually a pretty intense game though, to be honest. This is quite a high elo game.
I like it. I just They can run, but they can't hide. Fight is right. Only now, not now.
Nice. Okay, I have Leandries. I kind of wasted money then on the long sword.
You're nothing.
But I think I need Leandries. Like, I'm against so many tanks this game.
You're the hunted. This skin taught me how to survive. I will show it how to live. Come on, let's go. This skin lives on me and hunts me.
That was interesting. Garen should have ulted.
This world is changing. We decide into what. Trees. How I missed them.
Nice.
It's a good day for the hunt.
I got vision everywhere to land these W's.
Void rule number 1. Don't die. Exploit the weakness.
Nice. Leandri's Riftmaker Kai'Sa? I mean, yeah. Why not? Why not?
Monsters are everywhere.
It's a China build.
You're the hunted.
Low-key, Leandri's is actually not that bad this game.
This skin lives on me and hunts me.
Slain. Shut down.
Oh, trees. how I missed them.
Low-key, it's not that bad.
This skin taught me how to survive. I will show it how to live. This place is beautiful. I'm going to save it.
This guy is so tanky. This guy is so tanky. Oh, look how tanky that whole team is. Like, I feel like I need to go Leandries. Nice. I feel like I need to go Leandries because they're all fucking tanks. I go back and get Riftmaker. Pretty good game though, actually. It's kind of intense. Like I said, this sword that I bought is pointless. It's okay. It's fine.
My suit hungry.
But how tanky is this Volibear? This Volibear is so tanky. What is this fucking champion? By the way, Volibear is broken. I was even playing Volibear jungle. Like, that champ is absolutely busted. I don't even know what they were thinking.
This suit hunts in the manner I choose.
Ah, close. Fuck, he blocked my W. I was trying to W flash onto the Irelia, but I couldn't.
This skin lives on me and hunts me. Nice.
Tried to W flash and then Q the Irelia, but I wasn't able to. Volibear is a really fun champion. And Volibear is definitely a really fun champ. Like, he's super cool to play and he's really fun, but I think he's a bit on the strong side.
This place is beautiful. I'm going to save it.
Yeah, there's nothing that I can do now. We have Elder Drake. It should be GG's. Okay. Okay. I guess I walked into that. My bad. My bad. I guess I walked into that hook. That's my mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Hey, what's up, Tuppy? Not knowing bad memories. I mean, I want to say Liandry's second is a must. Like, most games I do go Nash's Tooth, unless I'm against, like, 4 tanky members, which I pretty much am. You know, Thresh, Volibear, and Irelia. Like, all these champs are building HP. Actually, to be fair, Irelia didn't, but... I mean, if I'm against a if I'm against a tanky team, then I'm going to go Liandry second. Most of the time I go Nash's. Look, Mozilla, it's not my fault that the patch notes said the wrong thing, Mozilla. The patch notes said ability cooldowns get reduced by 15%. If I read that, ability cooldowns means abilities, not just summoner spells. That's not my fault. What's up, Bang? What's up? That's not my fault, is it? By the way, this game is still lasting pretty long.
I do not run.
Nice, sir. Fuck, I died. Fine, we get Baron for it. Whatever. Yeah, it's mainly just enchanters you use them on. Like champions like Lulu, Janna, even like Lux, you can go Lucidity Boots. It's just not a carry item anymore. That's what it is. It's just not a carry item. Whereas like last patch, it was more of a carry item because it was really the only offensive boots that you can build. But now there's so many better options. Oh, what's up, Jaden? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Yossi? Hello, hello.
Monsters are everywhere.
This game should be over now. Or not. Okay, this game is scarily lasting quite long. Okay, wait. We are Baron buff now, though. I'm pretty sure they can't defend this. Oh, look how tanky this fucking champion is. I'll just attack Nexus. Fine. Like, this Volibear champion does not take any damage. I'm telling you, even through Liandry's. Like, not doing any damage at all. Like, I don't get it. This unit is so tanky, especially with Overgrowth now as well. Nice, good game though. Very, very nice game. 50k damage with this build? I mean, look at Ziggs. Ziggs still did 63k damage. I don't know. Where the fuck is damage taken? Is there a damage taken? I can't remember where damage take. Look at damage take. Look how much damage Volibear took this game. 57,000 damage. What? Like, I don't know. This champ's so busted.